Howdy folks, it seems that I've only ever done runs without evolution or with only one Pokemon. So today, how about we beat Pokemon Omega Ruby with only Gardevoir and Gallade. Now I've never actually done a Psychic type run even though my name is the Psychic Pineapple, and now that I've got a new mic I'd say it's time to try it out. Now I start off this run by replacing Torchic with a Ralts, so that I won't be naturally super effective against any evolution of my rival starter. The first fight in the game is against a Poochyena, and Ralts only knows Confusion. So, that fight's over, I lose, can't really do anything. After that, though, I name her Fiora. My next task is to catch a male Ralts as fast as possible. I went into this thinking it'd actually take quite a bit to catch one, but guess what? I find a male Ralts the second I walk back onto the route after watching Wally catch one. Now, it's time for a long part. Super training. To evolve Kirlia into Gallade, I need a Dawn Stone, and almost all of the options to get a Dawn Stone are located at the very end of the game. Wally gives you one for beating him at the end of Victory Road. Now, I don't want to play the entire game with only a Kirlia and a Gardevoir, so I looked it up, and I saw you can get a Dawn Stone by doing one of the secret super trainings against the Gallade Balloon. Now to unlock that secret super training, you need to fully EV train a single Pokemon. So I decided, you know what, why don't I just fully EV train both of these guys so that way they have a full advantage. Now right now, I'm training these two to be sweepers. High speed, high attack, Fiora for special attack, and Shulk for physical. I'm also planning on possibly delaying Fiora's evolution so she can get Calm Mind and Psychic earlier than usual. Now that I have that super training out of the way, it's time to head towards Roxanne's gym. But first, I need to switch train Shulk along the way since the only move he knows is Growl. While doing that, I head into the required Magma Grunt battle, and it has a Poochyena, so I really can't do anything here. Getting Shulk and Fiora to level 11 just so they can learn Disarming Voice shouldn't be too bad though. You know, after all that, Fiora just one-shots a Magma Grunt's Poochyena. There's pretty much no way to survive a Fairy type attack from Fiora. Now the Scientist gives me the XP share, which I immediately turn off. I also think it's a good idea that I won't be using items in battle, and I have it set to set battle. Now unlike all my solo runs, I actually have to do double battles. Now with that out of the way, it's time to challenge Roxanne. I'm not quite able to kill her Nosepass, but I want to try something first. I'm going to give both Shulk and Fiora Oran Berries to see if I can do this at this low level. Now at first, the strategy doesn't seem to work as well as Shulk dies to her Geodude, but Fiora levels to 13 and is able to kill Roxanne's Nosepass with Confusion. After that, she gives me the TM for Rock Tomb, which Gallade can learn, and it's a physical move, which I'm going to be stuck with for quite a while. After that, I go to a cave, retrieve Devon Parts and this old guy's bird. Then I take that old guy's boat and head over to the Dewford Gym to fight the leader. There is literally nothing to this fight. I almost one-shot both the Brawly's Pokemon, but his Makuhita survived with a sliver of health due to a low damage roll. I find an Alakazite in Slate Port and quickly look up to see where I can get Mega Stones for Gardevoir and Gallade. Turns out I can't, since I only play until I beat the champion. Both stones are only available until after I beat the Delta episode. Now I do some things in a museum, and then I get given a contest pass and I'm invited to do contests. Instead of doing that, I ignore it and run away as far as I can. I've decided I'm just going to level Shulk and Fiora up to 20 so I can have tougher Pokemon for Watson in the rival battle. Now Shulk evolves into a Kirlia, and then again into a Gallade who I teach Rock Tomb so he has a higher attack stat. It's time to fight Brendan, and I thought I was going to lose here as Shulk died and Fiora only had 1 HP, but she pulled through and was able to kill his Marshtomp. I have to fight Wally before I enter this gym, but this fool has inferior Ralts. Now, in the gym, I kinda want to see if I can beat him using only Fiora, but even then, Magnemite and Magneton both resist all of Fiora and Shulk's attacks. Oh boy, this is totally gonna be fun. Now, I resort to level grinding to get someone all the way up to level 27 because it's really easy to get someone this high up around due to all the trainers wanting rematches. After learning Psychic, I evolve Fiora into a Kirlia, and after that I go get a new move for Shulk, which should be fun. That move is Swords Dance. After getting everyone to an appropriate level, I head back into the gym to face Watson. Now I start this fight off by having Shulk use 2 Swords Dances, and then it's the return of Sturdy. After his Magnemite is on 1 HP, I switch Fiora in so she can also get some XP. I grab the badge and we head to the next place that I'm needed at. Now after that, I head on over to a cave with Brendan where we beat up Team Magma and then get introduced to some pirates. I then take a cable car up to wherever Team Magma is. At the top of the volcano, Team Magma and Aqua are busy tossing Poochyena at each other, so I just walk by. At the very end, I fight Tabitha, where Shulk only survives with 1 HP. I move on to fight Moxie, where our 2 Calm Minds and Psychic kills everything. Next up is Flannery and Lava Ridge Town. Now, Shulk here is trained in attack, he's adamant, and has a physical rock move. Oh yeah, did I mention? He's holding an item that makes rock moves hit harder. Well, that was easy. Next gym is Norman. I want to level Shulk up to 31 once more so we can learn the move Psycho Cut. A stab physical psychic move? Yes, please. Oh boy, this fight is something else. I deal with his first two Pokemon pretty easily, but then his second Slacking comes out. Now I know these things hit like trucks, but damn, one-shotting Shulk with Retaliate. Now I'm very thankful that Slacking's ability is Truant. I meet Latios and Latias and have a fight with Courtney. After that easy fight, I'm forced to take Latios with me. Man, this game sure does have quite a few required gift Pokemon. Next up is Winona in Fortree City. I do everything until I accidentally have Fiora use Magical Leaf against Skarmory where she dies to a Steel Wing and Shulk comes out with his Retaliate. After that, I head on over to a mass grave and climb it, and after beating up some people who were mourning, I grab myself a blue orb and head to the Magma base. I meet up and fight some quintuplets and their horde of Poochyena. In this fight, I get stuck in an eternity of them just using Roar. After clearing the base, I head over to the gym I was thinking about when I decided to do this challenge. While in the gym, I have to go back to my last save because I accidentally replaced Psychic with Future Sight. That was a stupid move. I should really pay more attention to what I'm doing. It's time to fight Tate and Liza, and it's over very fast. I was slightly worried because Solrock and Lunatone both resist their attacks, but I forgot Magical Leaf ended up being super effective. On my way down to the C4 Cavern, I grab Earthquake and give it to Shulk just so we can screw over any Steel types. And, hey, looks like Maxie wants to eat a few Earthquakes. I start out with a Swords Dance and begin attacking. His team dies fast, but then for some unknown reason, instead of surrendering, giving up, and giving me all his money, he actually goes through with his plans of destroying the world. What is this game? Why? I quickly toss on a Magma Suit and then go right and fight a Groudon. It becomes primal and I send out Shulk, who instantly dies to Earthquake. Okay. Fiora then comes out and lowers Groudon's special defense with a Psychic, but it uses Rest, which would end up being a very stupid move because it allows her to kill it with only 2 more Psychics. After that, I head back up above ground where I go through the gym with an annoying puzzle, and then it's time to fight Wallace. Shulk kills himself with confusion, and then Fiora decides it's her turn for revenge and sweeps the site being fairly underleveled. And, as I make my way through Victory Road, I reach the end. And standing there is Wally. Wally starts out with an Altaria, so I switch in Fiora and take it out with a Draining Kiss. His next Pokemon aren't much of a challenge either, but then his final one comes out. Gallade. It Mega Evolves and kills Shulk with a close combat, but Shulk damaged it to enough to where Fiora finishes it with only 1 attack. And with that, Wally is defeated. Now, it's time for the Pokemon League. And, Shulk and Fiora are, kinda, sorta, immensely underleveled for this. They're both only around level 49, and Steven's Metagross is an insane level 59. I say screw it and go give the League a go anyways. The first Elite Four member is Sydney, and you'd think that a Dark Trainer would wipe the floor with someone who has 2 Psychic types, but Sydney's Mightyena just goes down because it swaggered when Shulk Swords Dance and it got hit by an X-Scissor. The rest of his team goes down to Draining Kiss. Now I'm gonna push on forward without reviving Shulk to see how far I can get at this low level. Now then, after Fiora soloed Phoebe's team, I revive Shulk and prepare for the next one. In Glacia, Shulk dies to her final Glalie, meaning I don't have a chance against Steven. I still end up winning and head into the next Elite Four fight because I have no other option. But sadly, Fiora dies to Drake's Flygon. I guess I had to level up a bit. Seeing as how effective Shulk and Fiora are against the Elite Four while being so underleveled, I might try and run level 55 since Steven is going to be pretty tough. I head back in to try again. Confusion self-damage hits so much. Like, I honestly think Shulk would one-shot himself after a Swords Dancing and getting swaggered. But, by now I remembered berries were a thing, and if I'm able to get 4 stages of attack boost for free, it's just gonna be devastating. And, of course, we get a perfectly fine example of the AI being a cheat. When I return with a berry on him to cure Confusion, it doesn't use Confusion moves. It just bites me. Now, I head over to the Phoebe fight where Dusclops uses Curse, and I switch out to Shulk. I am not letting that thing stay in with Fiora. Similarly to last time, it was a nice sweep. And unlike last time, Drake's team was swept. Now then, it's time for a fight which is gonna be pretty terrifying. No, I forgot my plan and didn't switch in Shulk, and he gets poisoned by Toxic. I reset, give Shulk in the lead, and give him a Petra Berry. And as usual, the AI is a cheat. Skarmory just doesn't use Toxic. I got a bit further into this fight, but then Aggron one-shot Fiora with Iron Tail, and Shulk got one-shot by his Armaldo. I really need to level up again, huh? Man, the Elite Four pushovers compared to this. I'm gonna level these two up to 60. Just 1 level above his highest level Pokemon's level. I head back in, and Fiora manages to murder his Skarmory and gets Aggron down to 1 HP, but it still OHKOs her with Iron Tail. It's Shulk's turn. I have him kill Metal Face and then set up on Claydol. I use Swords Dance enough times where it just doesn't matter what he does. Once the Reflect wore off, the fight is practically over. Armaldo doesn't try to kill me, and Mega Metagross goes down to a super effective Earthquake that was boosted 6 times. And with that, I was able to beat Pokemon Omega Ruby with only Gardevoir and Gallade. Now, a lot of my challenges have post-games, so let me know in the comments below if you'd be interested in a video where I do all the post-game content for all the challenge runs I've done. Also, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification button. Have a wonderful day.